Game week 1 is only days away, and in this video my goal is to provide as much information as possible. We had some new rules this season, the defensive contribution points, and we also have a change in the chips. I'll talk about the best and the worst fixtures, some of the best differentials, rotation pairs, players to avoid. At the end I'll discuss the template, which players should we have in our teams, and there are also some of the most selected players that I would like to avoid in my Game week 1 team. So let's start. We had some changes to the point scoring system, and this season players will be awarded for defensive contributions. This is the CBYT CBIT, and it stands for clearances, blocks, interceptions and tackles. Defenders, they need 10 CBIT to earn an extra 2 points, and midfielders and forwards, they need 12, but they also have ball recoveries. So 12 ball recoveries or CBITs for a midfielder or a forward will give an extra 2 points. What's really crucial is that this is kept at maximum 2 points per game, so you can stack up, and if you get 20 CBITs you will not get 4 points. So maximum 2 points if you get 10 CBITs for a defender or 12 for a midfielder or a forward. There will be no live count of the CBIT. This is kind of disappointing. Like we have for goalkeepers, we can see how many saves they have during a match, but there will be no live count of the CBIT. So I like the defensive contributions. It makes the player pool bigger and the game a bit more interesting. We have more players that are interesting for our first trust, but I don't really see that this will change the game that much. So I still think we will use most of our budget on attacking midfielders and forwards. Another change in the 25-26 season is that we will have double chips. We've had 2 wildcards for a couple of years now, but in the 25-26 season we will be given 2 bench boosts, 2 triple captains and 2 free hits as well. One set has to be used before game week 19, while the other set has to be used after game week 19. I think this is really interesting. The template has been to play our chips in a double game week, but before game week 19 we will have no blanks or doubles unless there are any weather conditions, stuff like that, but there will be no blanks and doubles before Christmas. So we have to really consider when is the best time to use our chips. My plan at the moment is actually to use my bench boost in game week 2. If you have a couple of Burnley players, they are really cheap and can stay on your bench in the other game weeks, while in game week 2 they have a really good fixture as well. So if you want to use your bench boost early on, I suggest getting a couple of Burnley players. Dubravka is really good, Estev, the 4.0 defender as well. So this is a really good strategy regarding the bench boost. So bench boost in game week 2 will potentially be a really good strategy. When it comes to free hits, I really like free hitting in game week 13. Some of the best teams have really good fixtures in game week 13. So it might be a good idea to stack up on players from Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea in game week 13. But let's take a look at the fixtures. So in the opening, Aston Villa, they have the best fixtures despite a visit from Newcastle. They have Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton and Sunderland in game week 5. Chelsea, they have good fixtures as well. West Ham, Sunderland and Fulham. I don't really like Sunderland, especially when it comes to their attacking assets, but we should include Aston Villa, Chelsea and West Ham players in our teams. On the other hand, some of the worst fixtures, Man United in game week 1, they face Arsenal, and in game week 4 and 5 they have to play against Man City and Chelsea. They have a couple of good games in between, in game week 2 against Fulham, in game week 3 especially at home against Burnley. So mixed feelings about Man United. They have some good FPL assets this season, but they also have tough opening fixtures. Bournemouth as well, really tough game in game week 1. Liverpool, of course, one of the best teams in the league, champions from last season. They have a couple of tough fixtures, but we should definitely include Liverpool players in our teams. Same goes for Arsenal at the bottom. They play against Man United and Leeds, but they have Liverpool away and Man City in the opening 5 fixtures. My take on this is that we probably should wait on tripling up on Liverpool and Arsenal, but we should at least include a couple of their assets. A couple of differentials are crucial if you want to stand out and get a good ranking when you're in the league. So in defense, Tosin, only selected by 0.5. Colville is injured, so he will probably start for Chelsea in the opening game weeks. Only selected by 0.5 of the managers, and he can get both attacking returns and defensive contribution points. Comes in at only 4.5, so this is a really good price for a starting Chelsea defender. Next on the list is Anderson, same price, 4.5, only selected by 1.5% of the managers. There are a lot of managers that have have Robinson, the left back, in their team, priced at 5 million. I like Anderson better. If you want a starting 4.0, Rodon from Leeds is a good option as well. In midfield, Sarr priced at 6.5. Tough opening games for Crystal Palace, but if they score goals, Sarr will probably be involved. He is a bit cheaper than both Mateta and SA, so if you want a differential from Crystal Palace and you think they will do well, then Sarr is a really good option. Only selected by 2% of the managers at the moment. The next midfielder is Johnson. There are a lot of injuries in the Tottenham camp, so Kulusevski, Madison are both out, so I think Johnson is nailed on to play. Comes in at 7 million, really good game in game week 1 against Burnley, and is only selected by 3.5% of the managers. The last player on this list is the new arrival to the Premier League, Arias. He joined from Fluminense, did really well in the Club World Cup. He has signed for Wolves, priced at 5.5, only selected by 1% of the managers. I think that he will be on some set pieces for Wolves, potentially penalties as well. Let's wait and see. But I think that John Arias, he is a really good player and a big differential in FPL at the start of the season. Differential forwards, I think that the game in game week 1 against Liverpool are scaring some FPL managers away, but Evan Nilsson only selected by 2.5% of the managers. This is really low, only priced at 7, had a good season in 24-25, so I think that he can be a really good FPL asset this season. Next on the list is Raul Jimenez. He is the starter for Fulham. Muniz, he is second string. He is on penalties as well, so Raul Jimenez at 6.5, only selected by 2.5% of the managers, is potentially a bargain. The last player on this list is Danny Welbeck, same price as Raul Jimenez, 6.5, playing up front for Brighton. Joe Pedro, he has left and joined Chelsea, so Welbeck is the first choice penalty taker at Brighton as well. Only selected by 7.5% of the managers, so Welbeck is a differential as well. So this list has some potential differentials, and it can actually be game changers as well. From Chelsea to Sunderland, Guehi, 4.5. We don't have any 4.5 forwards starting, so this can be a really good deal. Next on the list is Thiago. If Visa leaves Brentford, he will be their starting number 9, and potentially on penalties as well. Only selected by 1%, so Thiago could be a really big differential. Last on this list is Trafford. He joined Man City from Burnley. If he becomes Man City's starting goalkeeper, it can be a really good deal signing a nailed on City defender for only 5 million. At the moment, only selected by 3% of the managers. Rotation options, I really like this opportunity at the start of the season. If you have 2 4.5 defenders, you can avoid playing against the top 6. So if you have a 4.5 defender from Spurs and 1 from Crystal Palace, you will have Burnley, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Sunderland, and you can choose between Brighton and West Ham. So there are a lot of teams with good rotating fixtures. As mentioned, Tottenham, Crystal Palace. You can have Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace as well. Williams from Nottingham Forest, and if you want Guehi from Crystal Palace. Man United, Dorgu, if he becomes nailed, he rotates really well with both Wan-Bissaka and Diouf from West Ham. Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, West Ham, United. So from Bournemouth, I like Senesi at 4.5, and from West Ham, as mentioned, Wan-Bissaka is a really good option, but if you want a differential, Diouf is a really good option as well. More rotating options, I really like Konsa, 4.5 defender from Aston Villa, and from Brighton, 4.5 defender, the Kuiper, newly signed from the Belgian League, looks good. Scored in the latest friendly for Brighton as well, so he looks like a really good option. Brentford, Fulham, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Leeds, Man United, Aston Villa, West Ham. So there are a lot of teams with good rotating fixtures. Since you're still here, thanks for watching. Please consider giving this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more FPL content. Back to the content, I'll quickly run through some of the players I think we should avoid in our Game Week 1 team. Lewis Kelly, there will be rotation in Arsenal, so if you want a defender from Arsenal, I think we should go for one of their center backs. They are 0.5 more expensive, but I think that the upgrade is worth it. Munoz 5.5, he could become a really good option, but they have Guehi at 4.5, so I think this is better value. Livramento played a lot at the end of last season, but this was mostly due to injuries, so I think that Livramento will be benched a lot. So before Newcastle have more injuries, I think we should stay away from Livramento. Trippier is back, Lewis Hall is back, so Livramento is not first choice at the moment. Midfielders to avoid, I actually don't like the double Man United midfield, Cunha and Mbeumo. They were talismanic in Brentford and Wolves, but in Man United, Bruno Fernandes, he will continue taking their set pieces. He has done so in pre-season. Bruno Fernandes took the last penalty while both Cunha and Mbeumo were on the pitch. So I think that both Mbeumo and Cunha have lost some other talismanic status. If you want a midfielder from Man United, I think it's worth the upgrade to Bruno Fernandes at 9 million. The last player on this list is Elanga. He will see a lot of competition in that Newcastle attack. Gordon will play on the left and they have Murphy on the right hand side as well. He did really well especially after Christmas last season, so I think that there will be rotation in the Newcastle attack. Forwards to avoid the lap, the new signing for Chelsea. He joined from Ipswich, did really well last season, but we saw, especially in the Club World Cup, that Joao Pedro, the other signing for Chelsea, he will probably be first choice. He did really well, especially in the semi-final and the final of the Club World Cup, so I think that Joao Pedro will continue as their number 9. Muniz, as mentioned earlier, Raul Jimenez, he is the starting number 9 for Fulham, so Muniz will be limited to sub-appearances. Obi, I know that he is only 4.5, but his ownership 6%, I think that he will drop in price really quick. He will not start games for Man United, so if you want a 4.5 fodder, pick someone with lower ownership. So this is the FPL template at the moment, a team made of the most selected players. Brentford's number 1, 4.5, Kelleher, of course really good option, but he did not play in Brentford's last fixture, so pay attention to the press conference ahead of Gameweek 1. He might actually be injured. Konsa, really good option, 4.5, Wan-Bissaka as well. But if you want a defender from West Ham at the moment, I actually like Diouf, the left back, even better. It looked really good in pre-season so far and has gotten a couple of assists as well. Frimpong, I would avoid him and pick Van Dijk instead. There will be rotation on the backs for Liverpool as well, same as with Arsenal. They still have Robertson, they have Bradley, so I know that Kirkis and Frimpong, the new signings, cost a lot of money, but I actually think that both Robinson and Conor Bradley will get minutes as well. The last player is Guehi, solid option, 4.5, will potentially pick up some defensive contribution points as well. In midfield, the most selected player and the most expensive player as well, Mo Salah. Really good game in Gameweek 1 against Bournemouth, though there is a risk going without Mo Salah in Gameweek 1. He will be heavily captained and his ownership will probably be close to 100% effective ownership. Vidic, the new signing for Liverpool, potentially on some set pieces, really good option, only priced at 8.5. Cole Palmer as well, 10.5 on most set pieces for Chelsea, and one of the only players in the Chelsea attack that actually is nailed. Kudus, new signing for Spurs. At first I didn't actually like him, but there are, as mentioned, a couple of injuries in the Spurs camp, so I think that Kudus is nailed on to play. Madison is out, Kulusevski as well, and Son will leave the club, so I think that Kudus at the moment is a good option. Up front, Alexander Isak has not participated in Newcastle's friendlies this summer. He has been rumored to leave, so I would avoid Isak ahead of Gameweek 1. Joao Pedro, 7.5. I just talked about the lap that he was an avoid. I actually think Joao Pedro is one to avoid as well. He will potentially start, but I can see him be limited to 60 minutes. There are a couple of other good 7.5 options like Solanke and Chris Wood. On the bench, this team has Dubravka. He is in my team as well, a starting 4.0 if he becomes the first choice goalkeeper over at Burnley. Beto, solid option, starting forward for Everton, priced at 5.5. Ramsey is an avoid in my opinion. He has really high ownership. He was injured for most of the 24-25 season, so he will probably not play week in, week out. Next on the list is another avoid in my opinion, Alex Moreno, 4.0, but he will potentially drop in price really quick as well. So that's it. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you want to watch my updated draft, the link is in the description down below. Thanks for watching. Remember to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more FPL content. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.